Most people don't struggle because they don't know what to do. They struggle because they don't do what they already know. And the reason for that isn't motivation, discipline, or even diet. It's something that people completely overlook. In a moment, I'll break down the real reason holding you back so you can go from a soft body to a lean physique. So to make sense of this, let me share with you a time I went to my parents' house for what was supposed to just be a simple catch up. No agenda, no cheat meal, nothing like that. Just a quiet visit to see how they are. And the thing is, I was on track for the day. Steps, calories, training, the lot. And before I left, I remember vividly telling myself, you're gonna try and keep it that way. Now, when I got there, it was just my parents and everything was calm and as I expected. You know what? In fact, I thought to myself at one point, this is about to be a breeze. Then my sibling turned up. Then my other sibling turned up with their partner. Then my auntie turned up. Then my cousin turned up with his partner. And almost without anybody deciding anything, the whole energy of the house shifted. Snacks came out. Then drinks came out. Then more snacks came out. Then music came on. Then more food came out. Then conversations were overlapping. People were moving between rooms. Plates were being passed around before you even managed to finish what's in front of you. And that's when I realized something was happening in real time. You see, at first I was still trying and I managed to restrain myself, but it didn't last for long. A moment later, it was, I'll just have a small bite. Then I'd catch myself for a second. Then it would become, I'll just have a small sip. Then I'd drift again and catch myself and it'd become, I'll just have another small plate. And it wasn't like it was one clean decision either. I was in and out of awareness. Like I'd catch myself, but then I'd drift off again without really noticing it. But the worst part about it is that it felt reasonable in the moment. Like I was still in control, like I was still managing it. But you see, the funny part about that is that the shame didn't set in until the journey home. And when I got home and laid in bed, I was replaying the whole thing over and over again. And that was when it hit me. I wasn't in control of anything. I was just reacting to everything around me and what was being put in front of me. So how did I overcome it? Well, the crazy thing is, the exact same thing happened a few months down the line. Same place, same kind of gathering forming out of nowhere, people arriving, drinks flowing, food being put out, music blasting, and I could feel the old pattern showing up immediately. I could feel the devil on my shoulder. I could hear the internal voice saying, it's just one bite, just one more sip, just another plate. You see, normally that's where it would start. A bite, a sip, a little relaxing, and then before I know it, I'd be back in the same loop. But this time, something was different. I noticed the first impulse, but I didn't follow. I almost automatically reached for the plate just out of sheer habit, but then I stopped. And no, not in some mad over-dramatized way. I just didn't take any. But then the drinks came out. And I didn't take any of that either. And keeping in mind, this is all happening whilst conversation's flowing, and I still managed to avoid indulging in them. Not because it felt easy, but because I decided from before I left the house that I wasn't going to reopen the decision in the moment. And that small decision meant there was simply nothing to negotiate. There was no small bite or no small sip. There was no gradual slip. Every time I heard that voice in my head, it got shut down immediately. And that time when I went home, I felt completely different. And that's not because the environment changed. It's because I decided I didn't want to bail on my decision halfway through it. So what actually changed the second time if nothing in the environment was different? Well, it wasn't anything to do with the drinks, or the people, or the food, even the environment. It was everything to do with the fact that I was still trying. You see, when you're trying, you're building an escape door without you even realizing it, because you're allowing yourself to renegotiate with your goals in real time. And worse yet, you're quietly accepting that drifting is just a part of the process. But you see, willingness, that's different. Willingness is deciding before you enter a situation that you're not negotiating in it. And no, this isn't about being perfect. This is about removing the constant back and forth dialogue that happens in your head and causes you to drift without you even realizing it. It closes the back door before you walk through the front one. So the real shift isn't trying harder. It's deciding earlier, because the moment you rely on decision making in the moment, you've already lost a portion of control. Not because you're weak, but because the environment is louder than your intention. And here's the part that most people miss. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your default decisions. So if you know there's going to be a situation where potentially pressure is going to cause you to make a decision, then the real question isn't, can I resist it? The real question is, have I already made a decision on what to do when this pressure arrives? Because if your answer is no, you're not walking into a plan. You're walking into a negotiation, and negotiations always favor the environment. But the thing is, that's not the only reason most people fail. There's a specific danger zone that stops 99% of people from ever getting lean, and it's simply because they just don't know it exists. So watch this to learn if you're unknowingly stuck in it, and if you are, how to finally break out so you can get results.